Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Touching You Talk Show. My name is Elder Sheila, and I have the best guest tonight in the person of Sean and Duane. And then we have Kayla and Kiara. So, how are you today, everyone?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you for
Okay.
having us.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good,
Yes.
pretty good.
So, today we want to talk about twin life, what it's like to live with a twin, what it's like to grow up with a twin. I don't have a twin. I've got twin cousins, but I'm not a twin, so I have no idea what that's like. But it's so amazing that God would create two people that look just alike. It's like, God, you are so good. So, welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. So, we will start out with Sean because he is the first person that I knew in the first place. So, hi, Sean. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful.
All
I'm
right.
good in
All
Arlington,
right.
Texas here.
Yeah. So, tell me about you. Tell me about you. Where are you and Dwayne from?
Well, my name is Sean Rhodes, born and raised in Dallas. I grew up in Southfield, Dallas area, the Highland Hills area. We attended William Hutchinson High School. I graduated in 1991, so about 32 years ago. That's a long time ago. I attended Prairie View A&M, where I have a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. My brother did the same thing. And from Prairie View A&M, I attended University of Phoenix, got my master's degree in business. From there, I worked in the aerospace industry, first in Dallas. So let's back up. First in Waco, I transferred to Dallas, then I transferred to Tucson, Arizona, and I worked in Tucson, Arizona for about 8 years. So a total of 16 years with the aerospace business. And now I'm an entrepreneur. I just got kind of sick and tired of working for the man and just wanted to do my thing. And I don't really like sitting behind cubicles and being told what to do. So now I'm a entrepreneur. I sell gourmet popcorn here in Dallas. I'm sorry, in Arlington online and on Amazon. Pretty
And
much in a nutshell, that's who I am.
I'm gonna tell you that popcorn is good. We're gonna talk about that popcorn before it's over.
Thank you.
Dwayne, tell me about you.
All right, so my life really similar to Sean. I don't want to just go through it, but same high school, same degrees at Prairie View. I do have a mechanical engineering degree as well. I am a manager in aerospace, so been doing that for right at 28 years in engineering. I decided to not venture out like Sean. He tried to, kind of pull me into had an entrepreneur, spirit, but I decided, hey, I just want to stick and work for somebody. So I am a manager at one of the large aerospace company in Fort Worth. So I work for Bell Helicopter. Really enjoy that type of career. I'm creative. I love, just being a creative person in the aerospace business. So that's
All
where I'm
right,
at.
that's good to
Good.
know. All right, so Kayla, tell me about you.
Well, hi. Thank you so much for having me. I am Kayla. I am a stay-at-home mom now, and content creator, influencer, whatever you wanna call it. But I grew up in Houston, Texas. Played softball, got a softball scholarship with my sister at Highland Community College in Kansas. We went there for 2 years and graduated. And funny thing, she didn't want to play after because she kept getting injured. So
Yeah.
I thought I didn't want to play because what am I going to do without my sister? Playing softball. We've never done anything not together. So I decided I took a semester off and decided, oh, I don't want to play. But I did not like that, and I missed softball. So I went to an HBCU. I went to Arkansas Pine Bluff, University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, where I met my husband. And he was on the baseball team. He's Puerto Rican, actually. He was one of those Puerto Rican dudes on the baseball team. But we fell in love and got married 8 months later in my senior year. And then we had our son, Josiah. And then in the past 4 years, the past 5 years now married. We've had 4 kids. And yeah, so I just do that every day. And I feel so blessed to be able to be home with our kids and raise them every single day. And that's what I do now. I get to hang out with, go pick up my niece, Kiera's daughter, if she needs me to or whatever. But such a blessing to be able to do that in life and have the freedom to be with our kids, with my kids and stuff. So that's what I do now. That's what I'm up to.
Nice. All right, Kara, what do you do? Tell me
Oh,
what
okay.
you
So my turn, right? We
Mhm.
lived through. I'm just kidding. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for having me. And thank you, Sean and Duane. It's so nice to meet you guys. I'm Kiera. And I currently now, well, Kayla went through the spiel of, us growing up in Houston, went to college in Kansas, and then I actually finished online. So I've been in Dallas now for the last 7, almost 8 years. And I work at JP Morgan currently. In my past life, I worked for my family business and helped manage that throughout the years. But for the last year and a half, I did a career change, and I now work in corporate finance. So I love working at JP Morgan, learning about it. I'm actually doing a podcast series right now for Black History Month with our DE&I team at JP Morgan, and I really love it. So that's what I'm up to. That's what I'm doing. I know my sister mentioned my daughter, so I do have a 3-year-old daughter as well. So yeah, that's me. That's who I am.
And she is so cute, I might add. She's a cutie patootie.
Thank you. They're the
All
best for
right.
last, by the way. It's my.
Well, nice to meet you guys.
So,
All right. So, Sean and Duane, tell me this. Did you guys fight?
No, my mom did not allow us to fight. We might have a little arguments and stuff, but fighting was not permitted in our house, especially between Dwayne and I. But
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like we didn't want to fight, but we didn't fight.
no, we was gonna get in major trouble if my mom knew we had some bites.
So, did you argue and fuss though?
Oh heck yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Not severe arguments. This is probably just slight disagreements on things, but nothing too serious.
I guess Kayla and I were real catty because we used to be in the back seat throwing hands.
Yeah, we
What?
did.
I cannot believe that.
Yeah, we would get mad and we'd have we wouldn't even worry about the argument so much because it would be like, no, you hit me harder. Well, you hit me harder. No, well, I get the last hit because you hit me harder, then that counts as 2 hits.
But then we'd be best friends 2 minutes later. I might.
Yeah, literally.
So, how old were you when you had your very last fight? Do you remember that?
Probably yesterday. No,
Like
Yeah.
kid fight, like kid fight.
Yeah,
Like
we
a
don't-
physical fight?
Oh no, it's been a while. I don't even know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Years now, maybe teenagers.
yeah, I don't think we hitting each other. I think it was more like a slap. We didn't ever like.
Yeah,
Have a
not
brawl
fist
or
fight. We never fist fought. No, it was like slaps.
Yeah, same for us. We really never fist fought, but our last
Yeah,
argument,
no scratches, no
disagreement.
bruises, nothing like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So tell me the similarities. I know you look just alike. Sean and Duane, did your mom try to dress you alike?
We was dressed identical when we was kids.
Okay. Could could other people tell you all apart?
No.
No.
I sent you a picture. I'm sorry. I sent you a picture, and on those pictures, I honestly don't know which one was me or not. I can't tell Dwayne from myself in those pictures.
I need
Yeah,
to see.
so yeah, I mean, she dressed us alike, and we also decided, through high school, we used to dress alike, and into college actually, we had the same clothes, same patterns. So I mean, it was kind of fun to us as twins, dressing alike in college, walking around the campus, in our plaid pants, our yellow shirts with our Jodeci black boots. So yeah, we definitely dressed alike, just as an adults.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ladies, did you dress alike? Did your mom dress you just alike when you were young?
We did when we were little, but
Mhm.
not often. I think our dad and our mom both kind of let us have our own personalities, and I was very free spirited, and I think also that was a time of like. I don't know, like, what are those shirts that people used to make and they had like the colors all over them and they would paint them? I used to wear those often. Caleb was very, I don't know. You can explain. I was gonna say bland, but maybe her.
Yeah, I just wore like basic stuff most of the time, like basic solid colors and jeans or whatever. When we were little, we would wear like the same stuff. And she liked purple and I liked pink, so they try to like give us our own personalities with like pink and purple or something like that, but it'd be the same exact thing. Now, just to whenever we were like really little, they would always dress us as the same, just because it was more affordable to buy the same clothes, and who cares,
Yes.
you know? But
Yeah.
as we got older and like honed into our personalities, they allowed us to like kind of pick our own clothes. And I don't think we were being girls. We just wanted our own like, personalities and stuff. But as we got older, I think there was times where we were like, dang, I wish we would have dressed more alike when we were younger.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, even at our age, Sean and I, we still dress alike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we use the same tailor, custom tailor, and I didn't know the pattern that he picked, but the pattern I picked is the exact same pattern that he has on his suit. And when he saw that suit, I was at a funeral, but when he saw that suit, he just couldn't believe that he
Oh
had
my
the
goodness.
exact same suit pattern as me. So yeah,
Oh,
until this day,
wow.
we still we got the really similar tastes.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about, now you have some other similarities that are just amazing. So tell me about those similarities. Like you had the same number of kids?
Yes, I am happily married to my wife of 28 years. We both met at Prairie View, and Sean met my wife on the same day I met her. So he's been knowing Chantel, is my wife. He's been knowing her for, over 28 years, actually about 28 years plus about 4 or 5. So he's been knowing my wife about the same amount of time that we've been knowing each other. But I do have an older daughter, which Sean also have an older daughter. And he also have a son. Our son's about the same age, so we both have girls and boys, as kids. So this has been awesome, And our kids kind of look alike. My daughter and his daughter look really similar, and same thing for his son. So when you look at all 4 of us, you can definitely tell that we are all related.
Yeah.
And have the same
So they always think his son is my son. We just start laughing. No, that's my nephew. Especially my nephew was working with me at the popcorn stop. So every time people would come in, they just think automatically that was my son. Yeah, we have a younger brother too, 10 years younger. He had a son, so his son resembled us too. They thought he was my son as well. So we just played with it. We just told people, hey, yeah, it's my son.
And we did tell you about our younger brother. He also has twins. They're fraternal twins, but both girls. So twins run really strong in our family, and we got identical twins also in our family. So we got strong twins in our family and in our blood.
So tell me about that time, Sean. You were saying that one time you guys showed up and you had on the same colors.
Yes, probably about 3 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago. My brother just came into the store with one of his in-laws. He just popped up in one of our shops. We own a gourmet popcorn store. And lo and behold, Duane and I had the same colors on from top to bottom. We had a black shirt on, jeans, and we had black sneakers on, same color socks. And we just looked at each other and just smiled. It was like, it's
And it was jean shorts.
The jean shorts, jean shorts.
Yeah, it was
I had no idea he was going to pop up at the store either.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. So ladies, can you finish each other's sentence?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we actually should. We should have prepared that. That would have been. We absolutely can. I think Kayla and I are actually, we think very similar. So even when we're talking, like if we're in front of people, we'll look at each other if we're thinking the same thing, and we'll just laugh. Or our parents used to say when we grew up that we had our own language. I think we still have it today, and we definitely still speak our own language. I don't think it's like an utter of, like a tangible language, but it's definitely with our eyes. Something that I feel like people have maybe with if they're close siblings, but it's a little bit different when you're twins. Like we definitely have our own language.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that.
Yep.
And because we got that same, we really know each other, and we can kind of complete each other's sentence. We think alike. So a lot of times I don't really have to say a complete sentence, but he knows exactly what I mean.
What I'm saying.
That's kind of what I want to do here. So that's really a benefit of being a twin is just we think alike, and
we don't even have to say a word in the same room, and we can finish. We can put up our like if we have a cabinet that we're building, we don't have to say a word. We can look at each other and we just know, like we can.
The task.
Yeah, if we'll get a task done 20 times quicker with each other than if we're doing it with someone else.
Yeah, whenever she lived here, I definitely can attest to that because I think it was more effective and efficient when she lived here because it was like she got home and if she knew that I was like struggling with the kids, she could already feel my energy and or whenever she got inside. Like she didn't even have to I didn't even have to say anything. She would automatically like take over with the kids because I'd probably most of the time I was always trying to cook dinner. So she would either cook dinner or take over the kids, one or the other, or we just communicate. Girl, can you please just take the kids, you know? And she'd already know, like, just take them outside, get them out of my sight because I just need a break or whatever it may be. Like, it's just like you just know and you feel those things. And I'm sure that you can tell if you know if you've been married for a long time, and you said you've been married for 24 years now.
28.
28 years now. So then you know you kind of have just this language, unspoken language with your wife where it's like, okay, she may already know how I'm feeling in this situation and she may know more than you even know yourself, you know, and that's kind of how it is with Kierra. It's like she already knows how I'm feeling and sometimes I don't even know how I'm feeling and she's like, "Hey, look, I can tell you've been acting this way and you're feeling this way." And I'm like, "Huh?" Like, "You can tell?" Like, "Yeah, actually I really am feeling that way." You know, it's like she's thinking for me, but it's because she can see me, you know, and she just knows me.
So when you were kids, did you really think, oh, we're twins? Or did you just think, oh, that's my sister?
It was just normal. Like that's my sister. That's just. I mean, you think that's my twin because logically it is my twin sister, but like the behavior that we display, the things that we say, every behavior that we have, and I think maybe every twin can attest to this. If you're close to your twin, that it just seems normal because you've all since literally creation, you know, you've been together, so it's you've never known anything different, so you wouldn't really know what to compare it to, you know.
Yeah. Even I'll add our kids, especially before I cut all my hair off, our kids when they were babies, when they were really small, they didn't know us apart.
Wow.
And especially Kayla and I had kids right around the same time. We have 3 kids actually. They're like 9 months apart. She had a daughter, and then I had a daughter, and then 9 months later she had another daughter. So those 3, like her kids are so close to me. Like I feel like they're my children. But especially when they were smaller, they couldn't necessarily tell us apart. We both can calm them in the same way as if a mother could. And that connection, I think, also was something that I love about being a twin, is having kids who grow up together. But also another thing, just before, as adults, we don't realize that other adults don't realize that we're twins. We grew up in the same school, so everyone called us twin. They knew that we were twin. That was our nicknames, right? But as adults, that's like a fun fact, you know. It's people don't know we're twins. So I was like, "Oh, fun fact, I'm a twin." They're like, "What? You're a twin?" I'm like, to me, it's just not a thing. So
I'm going to tell you all a funny story. My nephew, he and his wife, they had a baby shower, and then I saw one sister, and then I saw the other sister, and I told my niece, I'm like, "What in the world?" I thought they were the same people. I did not realize it was 2 different people. So yeah, that was such a great and funny story. But yeah. And the only reason I can tell them apart now is because of the hair. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell you apart.
Yeah, and you know, we got uncles and aunts, mainly our uncles. Well, they could not tell us apart, so they call us twin or Rhodes boys. It was our names to some of our uncles who couldn't tell us apart. And in high school, college, I mean, nobody knew Sean and Duane. They knew twins. All they knew was twins. So it's
The
funny.
twins.
That was our name, twins.
Yep.
And
The
my mom,
twins.
I was about to say, my mom, she didn't know us apart from the behind. So the way she would call us Sean Wayne. So when she called Sean Wayne, one of us would answer.
Yep.
And that was our name, Sean Wayne.
So did you ever? So you said she couldn't tell you apart.
She didn't know the difference, especially it was from the behind.
From
She just
behind.
called us Sean Wayne. Now, when we was younger, we was almost the same size, same everything. Of course, we dressed similar, but she couldn't tell us apart just from the behind.
Okay, so y'all didn't ever do anything crazy like switch, like
Yeah.
one of you went to
Oh
the
yeah,
other class.
Yeah,
oh
we
yeah.
did.
They know
Tell
it's
me
apart.
about that. Tell me
We,
about
we
that.
did it in college. Yeah. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I forgot which class we did it in, but we did switch classes. I don't know what was the circumstances, but we definitely switched classes, and the professor or none of the students in there knew that us apart that well. So yeah, we used to kind of play tricks like that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
In
goodness.
I'm
school.
pretty sure Dwayne he switched class with me on what he was real good in math and stuff in school, so he probably he probably switched one of my classes.
I was
Like,
gonna ask
boy, go
that.
pass this test for me.
Kayla and I actually we did it in middle school or intermediate school.
It was high school. You have intermediate school.
Yeah, and we switched classes. We thought we were pulling one over. No one knew, but Kayla and I knew. So we like I'm in the class going crazy, like this is not my class, you
I
know.
know. We felt
And
so guilty.
I snitched on myself
We
because
told on ourselves.
Wow.
but it
Oh,
was
really?
the end of the year. Everyone was watching movies. No one was really
Yeah.
going to work.
Oh,
So
wow.
we definitely had to tell the teacher because we
We
thought
were
it was
so
funny.
innocent.
Yeah.
We told on
Yeah, the
ourselves.
teacher would never knew us.
They never knew us apart. None of the teachers. Some of the students did, but the ones that were hung around close by, the
Yeah.
other ones, no, they didn't know us apart.
Right.
Funny thing, my husband used to say that he would have to wait for one of us to come up to him because he couldn't tell us apart in the beginning.
Yeah.
Wow. I
I
was
think that
about
might
to
be the
ask
same
that
thing for
question.
my wife. From a distance, no, she could not tell us apart. Walking around campus. I mean,
Yeah.
she contested to that, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was difficult telling us apart when we was a little younger, and way about the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
same because now the size difference is so significant. Kira's so much smaller than I am now,
Yeah.
so I'm just like, well, now you can tell. And some people are still like, I don't know. I thought you were your sister, and I'm like, I am like 40 pounds heavier than her.
Yeah.
Like,
See, that's my twin Dwayne. He's about 40 pounds heavier than I am.
yeah.
But when
And
they
her
look at
hair
me,
is
they
cut
like
off.
me. When they look at me, they look at Dwayne like you like your brother, but they bulk their shoulders because Dwayne's more bulkier looking.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's my brother.
Okay. Do y'all like the same foods?
Oh yes,
Oh yeah,
pretty
we
much.
like it. Yeah,
We
I
like
think
grilling
the
stuff.
same food.
You
Yeah.
love grilling. I love grilling.
Kayla and I both don't like seafood. There's very little things that we'll eat in seafood, but our palate is definitely the same. And if
Yeah.
she's like, "Want to try this?" Because I just mentioned that seafood is not something that we like or like happy
Yeah.
about. So if she says it's good, if it's seafood, then I'll try. That's about it.
Yeah.
I will
That's
say
true.
this though before we about the telling each other apart and all of that. I have a heart birthmark on my arm
Uh-huh.
right here.
It's
And
shaped
that's
like a
the
heart.
only way. That's the only way that people told us that like could tell us apart. And
They
I
would
think-
walk up and grab your arm and be like, "Who are you?"
And like,
In
wow,
college, they would do that. I remember in high school too.
wow.
Hmm.
And you got
Well, my mom. I mean, I'm glad you mentioned your birthmark because I actually got a birthmark on my fist here, and it's pretty big. So my mom, she can definitely be able to tell us apart when she saw our hands.
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
anybody else, but my mom really knew about the birthmark thing. But yeah, with Sean and I, even today, we both drive Corvettes. We both drive Cadillacs. We got Ford, so we even still
We got the
like
same three cars.
taste
Oh
in
my
cars.
goodness.
But it was
Right
not
now.
planned. It's just how we are. I just
That's
never really thought about it.
crazy.
Yeah.
We had the same cars in college whenever we separated and I went to UAPB.
Mhm.
We had Nissan Sentras. I had a white one and she had a black one. But that was the only time we ever had like the same cars. We like different stuffs and we have different tastes, but we still I like the stuff that she wears. Like I like the stuff that she does and stuff like that. But you can tell there are personality and
Right.
significant personality and significant style differences
Yeah.
just because I'm more I'm still, as she said, she was more free spirit. She liked tie-dye clothes when she was younger, and now I liked more basic stuff. I'm still that way.
And
Even if I
I'm
add
more-
color, I'm still more of a simple, basic jeans, shoes. They can be colorful shoes with a white shirt. Kiera, she'll do more
I'm
stuff,
more
even though she'll wear
corporate
that.
girl, structured.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more like you, Kiara.
Yeah,
Kiara, I
Kiara's more
like
like
flashy
Sean.
stuff. anything flashy, I like. Dwayne's more bland for the
Yeah,
most part.
that's me.
Yep.
But you know what's funny, Sean, is that I am the entrepreneur mindset, and you are, and Dwayne is like, no, I'm sticking to more,
Yeah.
what I know. Kiera is no, and I
Security.
have a degree too, but I've
Security.
never used it. I've just have been a stay-at-home mom, and I've started so many side gigs, entrepreneur, like so
Yeah.
many different
Right.
things. And
Yes.
I'll just be like, yeah, I'm taking a leap of faith. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be successful if I make it successful.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
That is
That's
Sean.
my
I mean,
attitude.
before he even did the popcorn, he was in real estate. Flipping houses out there
I
in
thought about
Arizona.
doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I would have never thought about doing stuff like that.
And I was
I
doing
guess I
that, and
like
I
the
had my day
security.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. My day job as a stay-at-home mom, it's like 3 jobs, so
I think my thing was I was getting bored too easy. Just being an engineer, just too boring. I was around boring people all day. I just needed some excitement or something. So just doing crazy stuff like real estate after blue was exciting to me.
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I feel the same way. I feel the same
And
way.
I really love people. So that was my motivation. I love people, dealing with people, and helping people.
We're
I know.
similar, Sean. We're similar.
Yes.
Wow. So tell me some of the other differences. I mean, because like you switch, you look just alike. Tell me some of the significant differences between the two of you.
Hmm.
I think for
Hmm.
Kayla and we just mentioned like risk, like security, and well, we mentioned entrepreneurship and working job. In my mind, I read it as risk and security. So
Really.
Kayla's definitely the risk taker. She's definitely and I think, even we mentioned that just now, I think that's an interesting concept in twins because there's typically people, if you're not a twin, like you have, those two brains that kind of operate the same. There's sometimes you'll take risks, sometimes you'll have that security, or it's just one and one, right? Kayla and I,
Yeah.
or Sean and Duane, like they kind of split. Like
Yeah.
there's rarely times that I'll take risks. And
Yeah.
it's typically encouraged by my sister, but she's definitely the risk taker, the entrepreneur, like,
Oh
and
yeah, I
more
always
power
take
to
the
her. I'll
risk.
definitely support her through that, but
Yes.
I'm definitely like a security. I need my security blanket, and then I may take some risk, but
Yes.
there's definitely differences there for us in that way.
I think
Yeah,
for
I
as
was.
Dwayne and I think Dwayne has always been the serious twin. He's always just been serious about stuff. And me, I'm just more, like whatever. I just don't care.
Yes.
And
Impulsive.
yeah, very. So
Yeah.
I think he's
Dwayne,
really impulsive.
Dwayne be thinking about stuff, meditating. He got to do research. I'm like, man, I don't do all that. Just go ahead and just do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's
When
Me
that.
too.
Dwayne said impulsive,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's
Kayla.
me. Me and
Very
me
impulsive.
and Sean are on the same page.
Yep. I
That's
was
the
like, I
That's
difference.
so
can't be that
funny.
impulsive. I got to think about this situation and make sure it's aligned. And yeah, I just can't do this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That is
that's just
so
not
funny
me.
because we're the same. The same. Like her style's different, and just decisions. And I think even with navigating those decisions and being like a risk taker and the more secure, analytic person, I'm gonna make sure that I have all the analytics, correct, and it makes sense. Like obviously, I feel Sean may agree with this. Like being an entrepreneur, some things have to make sense, but
Yes.
sometimes it's like it may not make sense, but I'm gonna try it. If it works, it works. If
Exactly.
it doesn't, it doesn't. And I
Yep.
think it's just funny thinking about that, and that would make so many different like roadmaps for how I think differently and how I do things differently and how Kiera thinks and does things differently. So that's on such of that basic goes in so many different things like style, what I'm gonna wear to this event. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and it's okay if I'm wearing, a specific outfit and Kiera's like, no, because I can meet the president of the United States. I need to make sure that I look a certain type of way when I go to the grocery store.
Right. That's Sean.
And I'm
Yes.
like, it's okay. If I meet the president of the United States, I'm just being me. Like I
Right.
want him to meet him as me. And it's okay. He's just a regular person too.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
but
what advice do you give to the twins that are not getting along? Maybe they don't like each other. What advice can you give them?
That's a good question. I kind of want to take that question. I kind of want to take that question and talk about like something real quick, and then I'm going to answer the question. There's these twins. Kayla and I grew up, and there was these twins in they were a little bit older than us in high school, and they used to, like when I say fit, they hated each other, disliked each other. They were females.
At
When I said they
school
would
and everything, they would fight.
fight each other, it was catty. It was, and I could not understand it. It broke my heart to see twin sisters that way, because how we grew up, and this is kind of now leading into the answer, how we grew up is, you know, you have a built-in best friend. My dad always told us nothing comes in between us. And of course, when you get married and things like that, you have to understand how to navigate through that relationship. Also being a twin, I think it happens the same way with family, but being a twin, you get it double time because you're so close to one another. But giving advice to like other twins who aren't getting along is take the time to just really breathe and like sit down with one another and have vulnerable conversations. I think this is advice for anyone, relationally, platonically, any type of things. But that person, because you were born together, you will always have a connection with that person. You were literally in the womb together. Your heart beats together, you know, and just like we have step siblings, and we don't call them our step brothers. We call them our brothers, you know, because at the end of the day, we are all a family, and we have to acknowledge that. So my sister is always my family. Your twin is always going to be your family, whether you like it or not. You came into this world with that person, and you want to just make sure that that connection is secure with the people that you love, you care about. And for me, nothing comes in between my sister and I. This connection will be forever, and I'm sure we'll have disagreements like what we've had in the past, but I'm committed, just as people who get married are. When you commit to one another, you commit to lifelong partnership. My sister, I was built with this lifelong partnership with my sister. So I'm lucky enough to have that and really experience that love. So just understanding that it's a blessing to be a twin. It's not a curse. It's a beautiful thing. And twins are always beautiful. So that's my advice.
So what do you say, Kayla?
I would agree with Kiera, and I even think going off of that, just because it's like scientifically, I took a lot of science classes in college. I have a degree in rehabilitation services, but biology, scientifically, okay, genetics wise, what it takes to create two people in a woman's body at the same time is so amazing. Even just to create one person in a woman's body, it is a 1 in a million chance, you know, multiple million chance. So the fact that two people are created, that is like, that makes your connection and your bond and your, you know, you just being a twin, you know, identical or fraternal, so significant and so special that there is a reason for that. I believe there's a reason for everything, and that is so significant. So just remember, like, to hone into that and understand like why, and take that as a blessing, and then, you know, move from that, you know, say, why are we twins? You know, if obviously we're thinking about people that, you know, twins that don't get along, or they're not even, they don't even talk, you know, but thinking about the good things, and, you know, the positivity that comes from the relationship. Why did God create us to be twins, you know, and what significant is it for us to be twins? Because at the end of the day, you have a purpose, right? And every individual person has a purpose. But if you're a twin, well, there's a purpose in being a twin too, you know. So if I was created with another person, and there's only 1 in a million chance of me being created in the first place, but I was created with, you know, another person, that's more of a million's difference. So I think that it, just to remember that it's so special, and to try to reconnect and rekindle that relationship if you obviously are not, you know, talking or not on good terms or whatever, because your relationship has so much purpose and is so significant.
Okay, Sean, what do you say?
Well, I think if two twins, or they're not talking or having some type of conflict, I think first of all they should, you know, get together and talk to see what's the problem. So I'll give you a little situation that recently happened with Dwayne and I. It was for our 50th birthday present. We was gonna do taking a vacation to Panama. When we talked about the vacation and stuff, you know, we planned it out. But what I did, I failed to let my twin brother know that I was inviting my in-laws, my brother, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law. Dwayne, I didn't tell him, but Dwayne had his demands. He had demands like, I want to be out of the country on my birthday, and we can do this, this, this. So those are the demands he had. I really didn't want to be away from my birthday during that time, because my business, we have college kids, and kids, they wasn't going to be able to work. So I went ahead and accepted that demand, but I failed to let him know that I invited my brother's sister-in-law. But he automatically assumed it was going to be a four of us, my wife, his wife. And so if I would have just communicated with him instead of assuming that, I was going to bring somebody else, because the thing is, my wife and I, we have very limited time. So we was trying to celebrate with them and, her sister, all six of us, because of the limited amount of time we have to take vacations due to our employees. But in a nutshell, I think just communication is the main key if siblings or twins are not getting along. Just sit down and talk. So Duane and I invited him to dinner. So him and I, we just sat down and talked and hacked everything out. And, it wasn't a really serious thing, but, it was my fault. I should have communicated better to him about the vacation, just the four of us. I think that's my perspective.
All right, Duane, what do you think?
Okay, just to piggyback on what Sean mentioned is, this vacation. Well, actually, this celebrating our 50th. Originally the wives were supposed to coordinate all that, and me and Sean were supposed to be out of it all together. No input, no feedback, no nothing. We just do what the wives told us. That didn't happen. Somehow my Sean got in and started communicating with my wife, and that's what it turned out to be. So again, it was just supposed to be the four of us. He got a busy schedule. I wanted to spend quality time with he and his wife, because we actually never went on vacation together as adults. So I really wanted to just have that bonding, that quality time with him and her, because we never done that before. So I didn't want a third, fourth person with us. I wanted just us four bonding, having fun. So after, I found out, I was upset. I was upset because that was not the part of the plan. I just wanted to be us four like it was, together. Again, there was a major disagreement. We did have an altercation of, verbal altercation, but eventually we came together. Again, like he mentioned, we had a conversation face to face, and he had understanding. We got the apologies and all that going, and I felt better. But yeah, communication is important with twins. Don't assume your twins go automatically, like something because, you guys are twins or you've been doing this all your life. Have that conversation with your twin and make sure that you get their buy-in. So just in case, I think maybe if he would have brought it up or they would have brought it up or the wives would have worked it out, I think it might have been okay to have somebody. But just, a couple months and we're about to have this trip and I'm just finding this out. Yeah, I think I had a major problem with that. So again, twins, love being a twin. We're really connected, but the communication is key, to having that bond, that special bond that you have as a twin.
That is so beautiful. So I want to switch over and let's talk about this popcorn stop thing. I'm gonna tell you all, this popcorn stop is so good. He has I'm gonna let you tell us. You tell us about the physical store in Arlington, and I am going to post the link to the popcorn stop on Amazon.
Yeah, again, my name is Sean Rhodes. I'm the owner of the Popcorn Stop. We have one location in Arlington, Texas. We've been involved in popcorn since 2008. We make over 50 gourmet flavors. Everything's made fresh in the store. Of course, we're on Amazon and we ship online. I have a passion for popcorn. I love popcorn. When I used to work as an engineer, there was a lady. She went and got some popcorn. And this popcorn I tasted from this local place in Richardson. It was the best popcorn I ever tasted. It was cheese popcorn. I have never tasted popcorn that good in my life. So after that, I started supporting this guy and going to the store 2, 3 times, 4 times a week. And, I just thought to myself, I'm spending all this money on this popcorn. Maybe I should just learn how to make popcorn. So I got some consulting and training from that guy. I quit my job about a year or so later and opened up the popcorn store. And I think what works for me is mainly because I love working with people, dealing with people. I love selling stuff. So that's pretty much the popcorn stop. We're in Arlington on Cooper Street. Uh,
Tell me about some of the flavors, some of the exotic flavors. I know
so
me, I like the one, the mix that has like the caramel and it has the cheese and then it has the regular one. But tell
yes,
me
that one
about
is cheese and caramel
exotic.
mixed together, also known as Chicago mix. That's our number one flavor. The number two flavor is the cheese. Number the third flavor is probably just regular old caramel. As you know, you got caramel cheese, cheese and caramel. Those all three are kind of the same flavors. Those are the top ones. And we do spicy stuff like Southwest jalapeno has a little touch of habanero. Of course, we got candy flavors like strawberry, grape, banana, pink cotton candy, and chocolate. If you're a chocolate lover, we sell about 10 different chocolate flavors. We have white chocolate Oreo, cream peanut butter chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate. So we just do anything chocolate. So
I
we
need
can
to come into that store.
Yeah, I'm
yes,
He's making
salivating.
me hungry.
I
yes.
know. I'm
So when
salivating.
Literally,
I
I want
tell
to
you,
come
when
in
you,
now.
I'm gonna
and
let
most
me
of
share
the
my
flavors.
screen.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Miss Sheila.
I'm gonna share my screen, but keep talking.
I was saying most of the flavors are inspired by customers. You know, they tell us what they want, and sometimes what we do is a flavor of the week. If the flavor of the week sells, um, what we do is offer that flavor and keep it on the menu. And the flavors that's not doing so well, we just disregard those flavors.
Mm,
So our customers pretty much run and let us know what flavors they like. It's a fun business. I really like it. I tell people
yeah.
I like putting smiles on faces through popcorn.
And it
Yeah, I
definitely
know.
puts a smile on my face.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my employees, whenever we have some events that we have, and every 10 weeks I celebrate, their success. So I go and get about 20 bags of popcorn and give it to them as my appreciation for them, and they absolutely love this popcorn. They look forward to it actually. So it has really grown to be something really special. Just give to the employees for their appreciation. So yeah, he's
We
got
can
a he's
order
got
it
he's got a
online.
niche.
We can
Yes,
order online too, right?
absolutely. You can order online. We actually probably need to redesign their website, so we're working on that to make it more user friendly.
But
Wonderful.
when I tell you they have dill pickle, don't you have like dill pickle
Oh yes, we
flavor?
have dill
Something
pickle.
like
Yeah, dill pickle. Yeah, it's one of our top savory flavors. They love that dill pickle. And if you like
that.
spicy,
Oh my
Southwest and jalapeno ranches, for spicy lovers. To be honest with you, me personally, I love just regular old plain butter popcorn. That's my favorite.
okay, all right. Okay, so Kayla, tell me about your TikTok influencer thingy that you do.
Well, I actually I've been trying to do social media for years just because being a stay-at-home mom, with one income and having so many children, it can be difficult at times. Everyone faces just life and we're young, so we're trying to figure out life while having kids and all the things. And so I, like Sean, being an entrepreneur, having that entrepreneur mindset, like I mentioned, picked up so many different side hustles. I did balloons, which I loved. I loved creating balloon work for people and stuff. I've done so many different things, but I had started a couple months ago, maybe like 8 months ago. I took this online course for digital marketing to teach um, how to market your business, any type of business online, and make it to where it's um, what is it called? Like you can do it without being present all the time, right? Monetizing your business where you're not present. Can't think of the name right now. It's just not coming to me. But
Like a
um,
coaching class, like a coaching class.
yeah, but for any business, how to set up your business, whether it's Sean's popcorn business, how to do it to where he can sell on Amazon and he never like he can sell products while he's sleeping, basically monetizing it. While you're sleeping. I don't know. But anyways, can't think of it. But that's what got me started. I bought a course. You could resell the course for 100% profit. So I tried to do that. Didn't work out so well. So I decided to take the knowledge that I learned from the course and apply it to content creation because I had tried to do that before. And you don't really have to, invest anything in doing content creation. You just have to set your phone up and record yourself and, put audios over the videos that you recorded, edit it. And I know that I'm already good at that and I've done that before, so I went ahead and continued doing that. But a lot of the knowledge I learned from the course, I applied it to my content creation, and um, like maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week later, I had my fourth child, but I started creating content about my journey, my postpartum experience, and before, like right before having her, I started my TikTok from 0 in August of last year, and then grew in the past 6 months to 78,000 followers just by creating authentic content about my postpartum experience, about being a mom of 4 under 5. At the time, it was 4 under 5. My oldest kid just turned 5 now, so I have 4 under 6, having 4 kids in the past 5 years, sharing my everyday life of me, washing the dishes or folding laundry, and what I do as a stay-at-home mom every single day, and being able to relate to other mothers. Whenever I became a mom, I was 21 years old, so I went from girlhood. I hadn't even become like a full woman yet. I was a young woman, but I would call it girlhood to motherhood. And so I didn't get that transition from womanhood to motherhood. So now I'm trying to find myself in motherhood, but also as a woman, and being able to relate and connect to other women in that way. It's very touching, and you create relationships and bonds. And that's really important to me. And, just being positive about your experience, and seeing the greatness, and even in the struggles of life, and trying to figure out life, trying to figure out parenting, and finances as a married couple, and being a twin, navigating life with my sister, and her helping me through postpartum depression, and my husband just, working and then coming home and being here and helping when he can, and what he, does with our kids, and all of the things. I share all of, the parts of my life, and also trying to keep some things, innocent into myself, but being able to share and relate to other people and connecting with other people has always been important to me. So being able to express that in social media and monetize that as well has been a blessing. So that's kind of what I'm doing, but it's really a blessing being able to do that.
Okay, so how do they find you? What do I put in here? Do I do at
So
Kayla?
it's at Kayla Soriano and then Ross. So I still have my maiden name. I just put Kayla Soriano when I put my name here. But if you see Kayla Soriano, you just spell that and then Ross. So it's at on TikTok or Instagram. I think I have a YouTube, but I don't really post on there that much. And then on Facebook as well, it's Kayla Soriano Ross. So KAYLAS. Sorry, my baby's choking. Oh, KAYLA Soriano SORIANO, and then Ross is ROSS. So that's where you'll find me all across all social media platforms.
All right, so I want to give Duane and Kiara the last words, whatever's on their heart. So Kiara, go first.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to share.
Of course. Well, just first, I want to thank you for the time. Thank you for reaching out. And I absolutely love, like, I think I've had a passion for twins since I was a kid. Like, obviously, I knew I was a twin growing up, but because for me, it was an experience that I knew nothing different. This is just what I've known because I was born this way. But I've always like had an interest in twins from how, my sister and I broke millions of, a bunch of bones growing up, and how my sister would have achy wrists, right around the time that I would break bones and have to wear wrist braces. And, that we didn't realize that correlation until after the second break, and just understanding those things and how we can finish each other's sentences and how we can just connect on a mental level, far greater than anyone else, is something that I cherish in my heart. So I have a deep place for twins, even so much so that I desire to have twins, although it probably won't happen because it skips a generation in our family. but yeah, so I'm just so happy just to talk about myself in the sense of my experience, my lived experience as a twin. It's not every day that I get a platform like this just to be able to share my story as a twin. So I just want to thank you, and thank you also, Sean and Duane. It's so nice to meet you guys. So.
All right, Duane, let me unmute you.
Okay, yeah, thank you. This has been a pleasure, talking to other twins, just kind of understanding, hey, I think we all alike. So this has been definitely enlightening to kind of confirm what I've been thinking all this time. So really appreciate you putting this together. Just a little background about me, as far as engineering. Again, I've got recruited from Prairie View in the engineering space, and love designing, I'm really creative, in that space, working on aircraft, designing them. And um, I transitioned to Bell Helicopter, and I love helicopters. It's like it's the coolest thing that how do a helicopter fly with those blades, flapping around in that weight? So that really fascinated me as an engineer. So I've been with Bell Helicopter for about 18 years, and one of the key things I try to do as an engineer is bring other Black engineers in engineering. It's not a lot of us in that space. Whenever I get the opportunity to go and recruit for my college or any other career fairs, I really love to try to embrace and bring those engineers in that space, that looks like me. Because again, we need more Black engineers. So that's one of my passions, as I got older, is getting in that recruiting space, bringing more folks that looks like me in that industry because, we get paid well. We're really blessed people financially. So again, I love engineering. I love the creativity that Sean does. But yeah, I've always been passionate about engineering. Just in high school, I was in the engineering program, in high school. So again, really appreciate that. And I try to just bring more folks that looks like me in that space. But thank you. This has been a great experience.
Okay, so that's one thing I've been wanting to do is ride in a helicopter. You think you could set that up for me?
I think I can.
I am so serious. It's something I've never done. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to ride in a helicopter.
It is a cool experience. Before a few years ago, I never rode in it, but I did pretty good on the program that I worked on. And one of the accomplishments was a helicopter ride. So,
wow.
At Bell, they set up a date, and we flew across Fort Worth, went over TCU, downtown Fort Worth, and came back. So that was a really good experience. I didn't know how I was going to feel about that. I was thinking it was going to be more like a roller coaster ride, but it really wasn't. It was kind of scary when the wind gusts kind of hit it, but overall it was a pretty smooth transition, going back and forth to Fort Worth. So I highly encourage you to get on a helicopter.
All right. Well, that sounds like so much fun. Well, I want to thank all of you for taking this time to share your life. Now, guys, I do plan to have another show. The next time I'm going to have some fraternal twins, and we're going to talk about what it's like to have a twin, but yet you don't look just alike. So that should be a lot of fun. But I really have enjoyed you. Thank you for being so transparent. Thank you for just dropping nuggets. Guys, I'm going to ask y'all to share the broadcast. There is something that has been said that somebody can use, somebody can take, somebody can glean from. So again, thank you all for joining. This has been Touching You Talk Show. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Bye.